Hello friends, welcome to the lecture series on plant physiology. Today we will learn last point of transpiration, that is guttation and exudation. These guttation and exudation terms have been proposed by the scientist Bergstein. First of all, we will discuss about guttation and then we will proceed to next point, that is exudation. So first of all, we'll see guttation. So it can be defined as loss of water in liquid form from the uninjured tips or margins of the lip. It is known as guttation. So guttation is very simple process in which the water will be lost from the uninjured lip parts or lip margins. So this is known as guttation. The amount of water which will be lost by guttation process, it is very negligible as compared to transpiration, because maximum water it will lost or it will be thrown out from the plant body through the process of transpiration. So as compared to transpiration, the water loss through guttation, it is very negligible. Guttation process, it cannot be seen in all type of plants. It can be seen in some limited genera. So unlike transpiration, guttation process, it is very limited to some certain genera only, and all the genera are mostly herbaceous. About 333 genera which belonging to 115 families, they are reported to have guttation process. There are some plants like Colocasia, Propylium, tomato, barley and grasses. They show mechanism of guttation. So it is reported that Colocasia antiquorum, it guttate water. It ranges from few drops to 100 ml or even more per day. So this is the highest range of the guttation which has been done in plant Colocasia antiquorum. So depending upon the condition or environmental condition, it will guttate water and its range will be few drops to 100 ml per day. Now guttation can be observed maximum during day and minimum during night. So during day, as we know, there will be more and more temperature, so that guttation will be occur more during day and minimum or less during night. The drop of water can be seen on the tips of grass blades in the morning time. So this is, or these drops are of gutted water. So if you are going to any grassland, you can see some droplets, they are present on the tips of the grass blades. So all these drops which are present on the tip of these grass blades, these are nothing but the gutted water. So these drops are of gutted water. Gutted water drops contains organic substances such as carbohydrates, nitrogenous compounds and organic acids, and also it contains some inorganic substances like mineral salts. Gutted liquid, it contains 0.05 to 0.5% of inorganic and organic solutes. When this drop of water which is present on the tip of grass blade, it will, when get dried, there will be a small spot you can see there, and that spot is of all these minerals and organic acids and of different types of substances which are present into that water. So this gutted drop, it contains some nitrogenous compounds, some carbohydrates, some organic acids and some inorganic substances like mineral salts. The plants in which guttation occurs shows the presence of specialized structure. They are called as hydatodes. So the plants which having such type of guttation process, these plant or that type of plant, they shows having hydatodes on the tip of leaves of some grasses and dicotyledons. Sometimes these hydatodes are present on the root or leaf margins, and each hadathode constitute a pore in epidermis which is followed by large intracellular spaces, loosely arranged parenchyma and blindly ending xylem elements. The loosely arranged mass of parenchyma, it is known as epitheme. Epitheme is in close contact with the ends of xylem. Water from xylem passes into the epitheme and finally it is released into the cavity, and water oozes out from the pore when cavity is completely filled with water. So this oozing out of water drop, it is known as guttation. So you can see in this diagram here, this is the leaf structure and all these are the droplets you can see here, and all these droplets have been came from hadathor. So these are the specialized structure which are present on the leaf tip or margins of the leaf. If you see enlarged or anatomical feature or anatomical structure of this hadathor, you can see such type of diagram. So this is hadathor. This is the outer lip epithelium. These are chlorenchyma cells and these are vascular tissue, that is xylem. So as we know, xylem, they are water conducting tissue. Water, they containing water. So water is present in these xylem cells. So they bring water from roots to this type of leaf, and this water during guttation it will be released in here, that is in epitheme. So this epitheme, it will give out water and it will be stored in this air chamber, or it is known as substomatal chamber. When water it will be saturated in here, it will get oozes out from the guard cells, or they are known as water stomata. So this is the specialized structure of hadathor. You can see here all these are the guard, this is the guard cells from which water will be come out or it will be ooze out. This is air chamber, this is epitheme. So these are the loosely arranged cells which are present at the end of xylem, so that water which have been bring by these xylem cells, it will be released in epitheme, and when epitheme gives out water in, or it is stored into this air chamber or this cavity. When this cavity is filled completely with water, that water will be oozes out from these guard cells, and a small drop you can see here, and this small drop, it is nothing but the guttation water, or water resulted from guttation. So as compared to transpiration, guttation is very limited, or rate of water loss through guttation, it is very limited. So this is specialized structure of the hadathor which are present on the leaf margin and leaf tip, which are the main organ or main type of tissue which is important during the guttation process. Now you can see here there are two types of hadathors present, and they are distinguished by the scientist Haberland. Epitheme hadathors, these are hadathors which form from which water is forced out in the xylem vessels by root pressure. So these epitheme hadathors, they are hadathors from which water will be forced out, or it will be oozes out in the xylem vessel by root pressure. So these are known as epitheme hadathors. So you can see this is epitheme hadathor, and then another is active hadathors. So these are hadathors from which water is given out by forces developed within the cells themselves. So these epitheme hadathors, they throw water or they lose water due to the root pressure, and in active hadathors, these plants, they throw water or they loses water due to the forces developed into the cells or within the cells. Now after completion of guttation, we will see exudation. So what is mean by exudation? So unlike guttation, This is bleeding of liquid water and sap with the dissolved substances from injured parts of the plants. It is known as exudation. So as in guttation we have seen that there was water lost through uninjured root, sorry, leaf margin or leaf tips. But here you can see bleeding of liquid water and sap with the dissolved substances from injured plant parts. It is known as exudation. Means by any means, when any plant get injured, the sap or cell sap or water which is present in that plant, it will get or it will bleeds out, and this process is known as exudation. So the liquid attar and sap with dissolved substances, it is known as exudate. So the liquid which is coming out, and this liquid it contains some dissolved substances, so that this liquid which will be coming out from that injured part, it is known as exudate. Now if plant gets injured, sometimes a large amount of water may be lost by exudation. So in certain plants, if that plant get injured by any means, that is by mechanical or any way, then that plant will lost more and more water from that injury. The amount of exudation and the amount of sap exudate vary from plant to plant. Means some plants by their some metabolic activities, they can block the injured part and they may prevent water loss, but in some plants they continuously bleeds out water from the injured parts. For example, injured agave plant exudes about 6.7 liters of water. Then another plant, birch plant, if it is injured, it exudes about 3.75 liters of water. Caryota urens, it will exude about 50 liters of water, and sunflower, it will exude about 4.9 ml of water sap per day through the injured part. So this is the exudation of the water from the injured part. This is known as exudation. The process of exudation, it has great economic importance in many cases. Though this plant get injured and there will be some loss of water and loss of some constituents present in that plant, this process, it is sometimes very economic, because the water which will be coming out from that sap or from that injured part, it is rich of some organic and inorganic constituents, and these organic and inorganic constituents which are coming out with water from the injured part, they are sometimes very economic. For example, toddy palm, it yielding alcoholic drink through exudation. So there is a toddy palm, means in Marathi we can say it as tadi. So this plant, it will yields alcoholic drink through the exudation, and people used to drink it. Then latex of rubber tree exudate from plant, that is Hevea brasiliensis, it yields rubber. So it is very important. So natural rubber we get from Hevea brasiliensis. This is very important plant. When this plant is intensely injured, the sap which is coming out from the stem of this plant, it will yields rubber, and it is very important economic product. A Helianthus anus plant, it can exudes about 30 ml of sap in 16 days. So if you see the percentage on or concentration of exudation in different types of plants, you can see Helianthus anus plant, that is sunflower plant, it can exude about 30 ml of sap in 16 days. Agave americana, it exudes about 1000 liters sap in 4.5 months. Similarly, a plant Caryota urens, it exudes about 500 liters of sap in 10 days with an average of 50 liters per day. So these are the very a large quantity of water which is exudate from the plant due to exudation or due to injury. So in this video we have learned about the guttation and exudation. In summarization, we can say that guttation is a process in which water will be lost through the uninjured margin and tip of the leaf, while exudation is the water loss through the injured parts of the plant. So this is all about guttation and exudation. Thanks for your attention.